Mulan 2020 movie plot and synopsis. Synopsis. A young Chinese maiden disguises herself as a male warrior in order to save her father. Movie plot. In Imperial China, Mulan is an adventurous and active girl, to the disappointment of her parents, who hope that one day she will be wed to a good husband. As a young woman, Mulan is forced to meet with a matchmaker to demonstrate her fitness as a future wife. Mulan, flustered, attempts to pour tea in front of the matchmaker, but a spider causes her to knock over the kettle and the matchmaker calls her a disgrace in front of her family. To the north, an imperial outpost is invaded by ruined warriors, under the leadership of Bori Khan. They are assisted by the witch Xianyang, who uses her magic to pose as a surviving soldier and report the attack to the Emperor of China. He then issues a conscription decree ordering every family to contribute one man to fight Khan's forces. Imperial soldiers arrive in Mulan's village to enlist recruits, and her elderly and frail father Huazhu is forced to pledge his service as he has no sons. Realizing that her father has no chance of survival, Mulan flees with his armor, horse, and sword to join in his place. Mulan arrives at the training camp, which is run by Commander Tang, an old comrade of Huazhu. Alongside dozens of other inexperienced recruits, she ultimately becomes a trained soldier under his tutelage without exposing her true identity. The Khan's army continues to advance, forcing Tang to end training early and send his battalion to fight. Mulan chases some troops on her own, but is confronted by Xianyang, who mocks her for pretending to be a man. She attempts to kill Mulan, but flees when her attacks are stopped by Mulan's leather armor. Mulan removes her male disguise, returning to the battle just as the Raorans begin attacking her fellow troops with a trebuchet. Mulan uses discarded helmets and her archery skills to maneuver the trebuchet into firing on a snowy mountain, triggering an avalanche that buries the Raorans. Mulan rides back to camp and rescues Chen Hongyue, a soldier she befriended in camp. Unable to hide her true gender any longer, she is expelled from the army and begins her return home. On her way, she is confronted by Xianyang, who reveals that she was also shunned by her people and fights for Bori Khan only because he treats her as an equal. Additionally, she reveals that the attacks on the outposts have been a diversion, as Khan's true plan is to capture and execute the Emperor for having his father killed. Risking execution, Mulan returns to her battalion to warn them of the impending capture. Tang decides to believe her, and allows her to accompany a unit to the Emperor's palace. Xianyang, posing as the Imperial Chancellor, persuades the Emperor to accept Bori Khan's challenge to single combat, while removing the city guard from their posts. The guards are murdered, and the Raorans prepare to burn the Emperor alive. Mulan's unit distracts the Raorans while Mulan goes to save the Emperor. Khan tries to snipe her with an arrow, but Xianyang, sympathetic to Mulan and disenchanted with Khan, transforms into a bird and sacrifices herself by catching the arrow. Mulan kills Khan, but not before he disarms her and destroys her father's sword. She frees the Emperor, who offers to let her join his personal guard. She declines the offer and returns to her village. Mulan is reunited with her family. An emissary from the Emperor, under the leadership of Commander Tang, arrives to present Mulan with a new sword, while making a personal request that she join the Emperor's guard.